Let's simplify everything, and here's how to set up your Quattro Audible altimeter. This video is sponsored by Shooting Star. This unique family business is now a blend of parachute rigging, skydiving expert advice blog, online and walking skydiving gear store located in Marietta, Georgia. I have myself used them a couple of times and I was more than pleased with the hassle-free order and delivery through their website. Moreover, you can get a special price discount by using the code Skydive Vibes helped me when you order. And so check their gear and services out at shootingstar.com/skydive. Hey there, this is Catherine Bernier from Skydive Vibes, sharing the passion of skydiving and helping you become a better skydiver. So if you're new here, consider subscribing not to miss our weekly videos all about skydiving. Alright, so not long ago I did a video reviewing the Quattro Audible altimeter from Larsen Brusgaard, and if you want to watch it, you can simply click here. But I decided to do another video in which I would explain to you exactly how you can easily set up all the altitudes on it. For that matter, I will set up my own altitudes on this Audible altimeter with you in this video using the Larsen Brusgaard roadmap for the Quattro, which is supposed to be really simple. Before we start, note that anytime during the video you can go down in the description and you'll find a link to the Quattro on the Shooting Star website, and by using the code Skydive Vibe helped me, you'll get a special discount. So that being said, let's jump into it. Just kidding. Alright, so seriously, let's dive into how to set up your Quattro once you receive it. So I'm gonna use the Larsen Brusgaard roadmap for the Quattro. Their roadmap is simply a simple way to navigate through the Quattro's menu. So I'm gonna explain this map to you because after some tests, I must say the altitudes are simple to set up with that Audible altimeter. So what I'm gonna do in that video is simply resume the roadmap that they give you whenever you order a Quattro. So let's dive in. So the first thing you'll want to do once you receive your Quattro is to open it, because it's going to be turned off to spare the batteries. So to do so, you simply need to press the middle button here and hold until you hear the beep. So those are the opening data. So then we can see the default altitudes. What I'll do in that video is show you how to set your own altitudes, and I'm gonna do that for my own altitude so that you can just follow along. So the Quattro is named this way because we have 4 high-speed alarm. As you can see here, it's set at 6,000 feet, 4,500 feet, 3,000 feet, and 2,000 feet. For me, what I prefer to do is to set the break off, so 5,000 feet. Then at that point, I'm gonna start tracking, and I want to stop tracking before opening and make sure I'm stopping my forward movement. And to do so, I'll set up the second one at 4,000 feet, so that by the time I slow down, well, at 3,500, I'm gonna be able to pull. And I'm gonna set my hard deck here at 2,500 feet, which is my own personal preference for a hard deck. This means that at that altitude, if I don't have a working main canopy above my head, I'll have to pull my reserve. So those alarms are just there as a second layer of safety, so I must not rely on them, but they are there just in case. We must always be aware of the altitude from our visual altimeter. Let's start. So right now what we can see is the main screen with the high-speed altitudes, and if I just press the arrows, I can see here those are the low speeds, LOSP, so low speeds alarm. So those will be the alarms under canopy. For me, again, I'm gonna change those. I prefer to have them at 900 feet, 600 feet, and 250 feet. Those are just my personal preference because those are my landing pattern points. So I'm gonna set those as well. And if we click again on the up arrow, we go back to the main screen. And another time again, we are then into the climb to altitude alarms. This means that at 1,000 feet, I'm gonna hear an alarm in the plane on my way up. So again, I'm gonna set those. My personal preference are 1,500 feet here, 9,000 feet, which will be the time I need to start preparing myself for the dive. And the last one will be 11,000 feet, which is the one that I want to open my GoPro, just so that I don't forget it. So those will be my climb to altitude alarms. And that 0 feet here that you can see is actually the offset. So whenever you're visiting a new drop zone, they might tell you that they have an offset, so you'll want to set it right there. Maybe you want to set an offset just for personal preference, but it's not the case here. So I'm gonna leave the offset at the same value. All right, so as you saw, we can go through the 3 screens just by playing with the arrows. So the middle screen is the main screen with a high-speed alarm. We go down, we get the low-speed alarm, and then we go up, we get the climb to altitude alarms. So pretty simple at that point. Now, if you already have a Larsen Brusgaard product, you'll be used to that, but there's a certain combination of the middle button here in order to unlock the different screens. So that procedure will go with this little lock in the corner here. Maybe you can see it better here just because of the light. So the last one here, the lock, this one will be our indicator to do what they call the access code. So let's do it together. So I hope you can see the small lock in the corner. So I'm gonna press once, it's gonna disappear. As soon as it appears, I press and then release the 3rd time that I see it. Now the main screen is unlocked. The small lock that you can see blinking right now, it means the memory bank. So we're gonna do the first memory bank. And if I just press the arrows, I can now see the different memory banks. So depending if I'm doing different type of jumps, let's say wingsuit, free fly, formation skydiving, I can have different memory banks for my high-speed alarms. But for now, let's stay on the number 1. Then when I want to change, I simply press on the middle button. And now I'm editing the first altitude. As I said at the beginning, I want it to be 5,000. So I'm going to press and hold the down key. And as you can see, it will go faster and faster just by holding it. And as you can see as well, it's using 10 feet increments. So the first one is set. Once that's done, I'm gonna change the altitude that I wanna set by clicking the middle button. Now we're at the second one. There you go. So those are my high-speed alarm. I'm gonna press the middle button. So now what we see is the track guide. So if I want it, I'm gonna press on an arrow. So this way it's set. If I don't want it, I simply press again and it's gonna disappear. For the sake of that demo, let's put it on. Then press the middle button again. We're gonna go to the volume. So those are the volume of each of those alarms. Again, if I want to set them, I simply need to go into the arrows, but for now I'm gonna keep them at the highest. Next one is the volume of the track guide. And this option is the pitch. Okay, that wasn't fun, but those are the pitch of the alarms. Now this is for testing, so bear with me, let's test those different alarms. So this is the track guide. Time to stop the track. Then open. Then what are you doing? Why aren't you under a canopy? Okay, and we can see together that we can hear that it's pretty loud. So no problem in hearing it in free fall when it's just right beside your ear. So at that point, the next option to change is actually, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but it's actually the units. So let me just show it to you right here. So it's the FT here that's blinking. So for us, we're gonna keep it in feet, but you can also set it in meters. So once that's done, you can simply press again on the middle button or let it go like that. It's now locked again. So next, now that our high-speed alarms are set, let's dive into our low-speed alarms. So 800, 600, 250, so they seem good to me. The pitch, And then those are the volume and the test. Sounds good. And we can just wait so that we get back to the first screen. All right, so next thing we want to set, as you saw at the beginning, we simply need to press the up arrow. Those are the climb to altitude. So again, let's do the access code. There you go. Once that's done, press the middle key again. And the offset is gonna stay the same. So press again the middle key, and then I'll get back to the main screen by waiting a little bit. All right, so we just set all our altitudes on our Quattro. As you saw, it's pretty simple, and it's really simple to read on the roadmap as well. It's really well done. Kudos for that to Larsen Brusgaard. So actually, I'm gonna link it in the description below so that you can get access to the digital version of this roadmap if you already have a Quattro and lost your own roadmap, so that will be useful. All right, so that's it. I hope you've liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if so. And again, consider checking the description to find the link to the Shooting Stars website and get a special discount if you need an Audible altimeter, whether it is the Quattro or another one. That being said, you can always find my comparison video of all the Larsen & Brusgaard Audible altimeters because they have 4 different ones. So you can watch this video just by clicking right here. And also consider subscribing not to miss our weekly videos all about skydiving. On that, stay safe, keep jumping, and blue sky.